looking for a thumbs up, Mark, when we're ready to go. Are we all good? Good evening. My name is Harold Scoggin, Seattle Fire Chief. I want to give you a brief update of the events that took place this afternoon on the northbound I-5 under Spokane Street. At 2:11 this afternoon, Seattle Fire units were dispatched to a bus fire. It was a charter bus fire. That bus had 31 passengers on board. When our units arrived on scene, the first thing we do is what we always do, is work to ensure life safety. So we worked to ensure all of those individuals were off the bus safely. And then we started to deploy resources to actually put the fire out. There were some challenges there, and we actually ended up laying 2 different water supplies. Many of you saw the traffic that we faced this afternoon because one of those supplies we laid over 1,000 feet of hose all the way down to Airport Way to supply one of the engines on that scene, and another resource, another engine, pulled forward about 1,000 feet and found another water supply. Total, we had 6 engines on scene, 1 rescue unit, and it was led under the command of Battalion Chief Tom Richardson. Currently, as we speak right now, our arson investigators will be heading over to where the bus will be located to see if they can determine the cause of that fire. As you can imagine, when a fire burns this intense, it's going to be very difficult, but we're going to go and research it out and do all the work we can. Thank you.
All right, good afternoon. My name is David Sowers, and I'm with Washington State Department of Transportation. And I just want to speak a little bit to WSDOT's response during all of this. And thank you, Chief, for all your team's efforts to make this situation safe for everyone. So WSDOT has a coordinated response where we work closely with emergency responders. We immediately activated, after notifying SFD and Washington State Patrol, we immediately activated signs notifying drivers to stay clear of the area and to direct them into those lanes that still remained open, and avoid I-5 down at Tukwila if possible. So we deployed that. We sent our maintenance crews out there immediately to help clean up the spill. There was some product that hit the ground, and we went out there with our maintenance crews, put down, as we call it, kitty litter, and to soak up some of that spill and take care of that, make this area safe. And then, because this happened on an elevated structure, a bridge, if you will, we sent out our bridge maintenance, our bridge crews to do some inspection and make sure this structure was safe. Because of the heat of a fire, if intense enough, can damage concrete, can cause spalling of the concrete. So we did all those things. So we deployed our incident response team. We obviously engaged our emergency responders, and we got on site as quick as we could. And I don't want to speak too much about the timing for what lane opened when. We have that detail here if people are curious about it. I will say that as organizations, we do practice and prepare for these types of events. Just a month ago, because of the permanent viaduct closure, our teams met, some of the people in this room met to tabletop, if you will, a scenario where there would be a major incident on I-5. And so as a team, for part of a day, we sat through and ran scenarios and talked about how people would respond, which teams would do what, how Washington State Patrol would interface with SFD and SPD, how WSDOT's incident response teams would work together. So again, we prepare for these types of things. We're ready for these types of things, and fortunately, nobody was hurt. The structure was not significantly damaged. Certainly somebody had a bad day driving a bus, but overall it was well handled, and now traffic's again moving, at least through most of that area. Most of those lanes are open back up. So with that, I'll turn it over to Captain Sano.
Good afternoon. I'm Eric Sano. I'm a captain with the Seattle Police Department assigned to the traffic section. During this period of the permanent viaduct closure, we are co-located with the Seattle Department of Transportation up in their Traffic Operations Center. So we've been working 2 weeks up there with SDOT personnel, with King County Metro, with WSDOT personnel. So we were preparing for any sort of emergency that could occur. We had contingency plans in place. And our role, because the actual incident occurred on the I-5, so that is being handled by the Washington State Patrol. They have primary jurisdiction, but the Seattle Police Department, working cooperatively with the Seattle Department of Transportation, was to try and mitigate traffic issues on our surface streets and to find routes where we could reroute traffic to limit congestion. So that's what we were doing. We had our motorcycle officers respond to keep traffic from getting onto the upper Spokane Street Bridge, diverting traffic down to the lower. We were trying to get those people that were stuck in traffic on the West Seattle Freeway, not Spokane Street, so it's the West Seattle Freeway, off onto either 4th Avenue or 1st Avenue. And then as soon as the ramps were open to northbound I-5, we were able to start moving traffic and getting that congestion cleared up. But our role was strictly to assist with traffic mitigation on our surface streets, and we were in touch with Washington State Patrol through the Traffic Operations Center. And so with that, I will hand it over to Heather Marks.
Hi, I'm Heather Marks. I work for the Seattle Department of Transportation. Responding to this, we all of our agencies immediately spoke together. We have deployed some special signal timing, replicating our inbound patterns to take the pressure off of I-5. We've also deployed some of our DMS signs to make sure that people understand what's happening on I-5 and the West Seattle Bridge so that they can avoid that. I want to say that when an accident happens like this, that we're able to respond so quickly and seamlessly is not an accident at all. Every single day our agencies work together, and specifically in this time of intense pressure on the transportation system, it's especially important for us to be working together, and we do that very well. With that, I think we are ready to take some questions.
Thanks. Thank you, everyone.